All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she be down the ride, oh, I bet that.
There's nothing in there. Nothing in there. Barely anything in there. Barely anything in there. Some stuff there. Barely anything in there. And you got this big thing with barely anything in it. Look at all this wasted space. All that stuff could fit in the 3 BMCs, but look how much space is taken unnecessarily.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling, what is the word? Irie. Are you feeling irie today? Look, you saw that little clip. What did all that mean? It meant that what you're witnessing today, because the today marks the new day, past yesterday and the day before, is that they are finally going to start consolidating, meaning bringing stuff together, compacting, putting all the stuff into one thing. So you got to witness what I pick up. Typically, I pick up very little in each big piece of equipment because we really don't have mail like we used to. So when we have little bits and pieces of mail, they put them in that. That's just wasting the space in my trailer. All of that could have fit into 2 or 3 big containers. And that is what the difference is. So all of those extra placards and all the new names and all the different prices means nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. All he's trying to do is get those trucks full. Fill up the air that's inside the truck. You fill the air with mail. That way it becomes more cost effective. That's what he's doing. So here it goes. That part of it, that's what all those new placards means. That means when you're at the station, you don't have to separate the mail as much. They're putting it all in there. They're giving that work to the plants that actually do that. My people up north just told me about his plant. Instead of him delivering all of the mail that he's picking up to one central location, he's dropping some of the priority off at one place, and then they're dropping some of the other stuff off at a different place. And each plant is going to have their own thing. I'm calling them all plants. I really still can't figure out the difference between a LDC, a RDC, a ABC, or a 1, 2, 3. Nonetheless, we'll get into that another day. But that is what he initially wanted. He wants to make this more cost effective. What does that mean? That's just educating you so you know what's going on today. All right. And it all started now, and more changes are coming. Guaranteed there's going to be a lot more. When I tell you about that September month, well, you ain't got to believe me. Just read the comments. The comments is telling you, it's verifying it. The September month is going to be some bombs dropped. I think he attacking the EAS employees already, which are the supervisors and managers. But the supervisors are safe, but the managers and the under managers and all of them, they worried right now. So that was the first part of my message. I'm just jumping right in it because there's so much to talk about. But that wasn't a lot of stuff. I mean, it was a lot of stuff, but that was a little bit of information in a short period of time. So now we're going to talk about UPS. Yes, UPS again. Why? Because information is key. Information is clutch. Information is steering wheel. Information is AC. Never mind. Information is healthy for all of us. If you don't like information, flip the channel off. It's cool. You still here? Cool. These guys here are about to do their thing. So I'm about to show you a clip about what their union president is saying. And when I tell you this man is vicious, he on it. Okay, he on it. He said they got 95% of their business taken care of, but the little 5% that's not taken care of is what matters most. They walked away because that little 5%, that means the most. He's talking about taking care of the foot soldiers. He's talking about taking care of those people that is slave laboring, busting their butt. The people that went through the COVID. That sounds like us, right? Yeah, I know. So I'm hoping somebody's taking a page out of Mr. O'Brien's book. I think that's his name. The president over there, the Teamsters. Talk about brotherhood. Talk about solidarity, unity. That's what they doing. take a page out of their book. We can't use all their strategic methods, but we could use some of those techniques in order to help our people. And think about this, union. If any of you listening, if we use just one increment, just a little bit of what they use as far as their strategy when they go to the table to try and show our people, that means your foot soldiers, the people that pay their dues to you, that you guys are actually fighting for something and it's comprehensible and our people can understand. Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. You're fighting for our jobs. Okay, that's great. You're fighting for better work conditions. Okay, that's great. You're fighting for better wages. Make it make sense. Break it down in layman terms. We all postal workers. So, you got to break it down for the dumb folks. I'm not saying you guys are dumb, but I'm a dumb dude. But yeah, do some of that. Take some of that strategy and apply it. But without further ado, I want you guys to check out this video, and I'm gonna leave it with that. And I want you guys to chop it up because seriously, again, and I can't reiterate it enough, if the UPS people decide they want to strike, we can't handle all their work, number one. And number two, you have to support them because that will that'll set the bar. Once they do something like that, that sets the bar for the rest of the industry. Say, hey, wait a minute, man. If UPS can get a little bit more, and they did the same thing we did, we need a little more change too. They wasn't the only one showing up to work when COVID hit. They wasn't the only one with people that was passing away, delivering stuff. And then our people have a better bargaining tool. So it's imperative that people pay attention to what's going on in our industry. Enough said. Let's check this out.
Between UPS and the union representing employees, those negotiations have broken down. There is no agreement as of yet. The unionized employees for UPS have voted overwhelmingly in favor of going on strike. That is, if a deal cannot be reached by the end of this month, so they've got about 3 weeks left. If the strike goes into effect, that could mean shipping disruptions all across the country. What's being demanded here by the union or asked for, depending on your terms you want to use, is pay increases for both full and part-time workers. And the last time a situation like this came to pass, 1997, the last UPS strike, operations then were shut down for more than 2 weeks. For more on what lies ahead and where we are right this moment, let's bring in Sean O'Brien. He's the general president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters. That's the union representing the UPS workers. Sean, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you joining us. Very important conversation going on, going to affect a lot of people, not only those workers at UPS. Where do things stand right now?
Right now, we're at a standstill. Negotiations ended July 5th around 4:15 a.m. We were trying to get the deal done, and UPS told us they had no more money to give, especially for our part-timers. We were focused on the part-timers. We made tremendous progress in a short window of time, getting all the non-economic issues out of the way. And UPS at 4:15 a.m. just told us they had no more money for the part-timers, which is troubling because if it wasn't for the part-timers, if it wasn't for the full-timers, this country wouldn't have ran through the pandemic. And UPS made $100 billion, so they certainly can afford to reward these people that made them a tremendous success.
So from UPS's perspective, I'm going to put up a statement from them. They say it's not them who walked away from the table, it's you. I'm going to read this in full. The Teamsters have stopped negotiating despite historic proposals that build on our industry-leading pay. We have nearly a month left to negotiate. We have not walked away, and the union has a responsibility to remain at the table. I hear you say they made $100 million in profit. I guess you want a bigger cut of that. What's your response to their statement that, in fact, you guys are the ones who walked away, not them?
Yeah, it sounds compelling, but it's highly inaccurate. They chose to leave. They chose not to stay there. And, listen, all you have to do is pick up the phone and say, we've got a better offer. They know what we need to get this deal done. And look, at the end of the day, if UPS goes on strike, UPS struck themselves. We've been trying. We've got 95% of the issues out of the way. It's on them right now. They need to reward Main Street and stop being focused on Wall Street.
So you're 95% of the issues out of the way. Don't be confused, but 97% voted to strike. But you just said 95% of the issues. You've solved most of it. What is that 5% that you need to avoid a strike?
Well, we need our members' pay to reflect the profits that UPS made. I mean, our members, it's a very tough job. especially the part-timers. They live in poverty wages. You've got single mothers working 2 and 3 jobs there. The turnover ratio is, out of the world. So they need to drive up the starting wage rates for part-timers, reward the long-term part-timers, but more importantly, reward the entire workforce that made them a tremendous success. They have doubled in their earnings, and our members' pay does not reflect that. They didn't get any type of hazard pay. They didn't get any bonuses during COVID. So now it's time to reward the people that made you the success.
Do you think layoffs are possible as an alternative? I mean, sometimes when you get in conversations with companies like this, they say, look, we could raise wages, but we'd have to cut back on jobs.
No, they have so much volume. Look, and if there's a work stoppage, again, UPS will cause that. They'll self-inflict that wound. And we know there's going to be short-term pain, but we're looking at long-term gain for our members and their families.
All right, Sean O'Brien, I appreciate the conversation here. We had that statement from UPS, and we certainly hope that you guys can reach an agreement by the end of the month.
Great, thank you. We're very hopeful as well.
Thank you.